everything. Very good.
Awesome. That looks good.
It's delicious. German tea.
Yeah. Cool. I wonder what I'm gonna get today. Sure. Hey Jane, let's get bra first. Okay. Fork. There we go. I wonder how this is gonna taste. It's good.
No.
Yeah.
I'm recording. Go eat.
Okay, that's good.
All right, so, yes, okay, go ahead.
How about we like split one because I'm on the whole Ready? Hold it with your fork and I'll put it.
What kind of bratwurst is it? I have no idea.
It's German bratwurst.
German, yeah.
German
Yeah.
bratwurst.
Okay, no. Hallo und herzlich willkommen to my presentation about Germany. With other words, hello and welcome. So, today I want to tell you something about my country, where I come from. Obviously, I come from Germany. And at first, I want to start about the International Education Week. That's the program that we're doing here. And it began in 2000, and it's a program where exchange students have the chance to present their country and their culture to their host community, so that the people can get to know other countries. Yeah. And as you can see, it's sponsored by the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs and the U.S. Department of Education. Yep. And it's a really good thing. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. So that is the index. So I'm gonna tell you something about the German brand and then something general about Germany. And I'm gonna talk about the German Wall. And also about the German government and USA versus Germany. And I'm going to present you the city where I come from. It's Potsdam. And I'm also going to tell you something about the school system and food and about the usual daily routine. And at the end, I'm going to tell you something about Christmas in Germany. So probably most of you don't really know a lot about Germany. So the things that you probably connect with Germany are all the famous brands we have there. For example, VW, BMW, Porsche, Adidas, Haribo, or the Oktoberfest. But now, today, I want to tell you something more about it. So let's start with that. So I don't know if everybody knows it, but Germany is in Europe. It's right here in the middle. And it's surrounded by France, Poland, Brussels, and Italy, and some other little countries.
Take that, Luxembourg.
Yeah, okay.
Take that, France.
So, the capital of Germany is Berlin, and that is right there. And the language in Germany is, of course, German, and the surface is 140,000 square miles. And Germany has 16 states, and as you can see, in comparison with Colorado, Germany is a lot bigger. And but there are just some more people living there. Like in Germany, there are 140,000. Oh no, wait, sorry. There are 80 million people living, and in Colorado, there are just 5 million. So now I want to tell you something about the different dialects in Germany. So, so.
Can you understand each other?
No.
It's hard. Yeah.
If you go to Bavaria, they don't speak German.
Ja, natürlich.
So in Germany there are about 16. Okay.
I am. I'm not from Bavaria.
So in Germany about 16 different accents, and they were developed in the Middle Age. Like, because in the Middle Age, Latin was a language for professors and humanists, and everybody else talked dialect, so everybody had different ones. And when Luther came and tried to translate the Bible, they were thinking about in which dialect they should translate it because they wanted everybody to understand it. So that's how they actually noticed that they have so many different dialects. Yeah, and for example, it's really hard for people who are living in the north here to understand people that are living in the south because because there are differences in pronunciation and sound, and there are even different words for the same thing. For example, bread roll in Hochdeutsch, in my accent, is Brötchen. And how's it in Bavaria? Bavaria?
No, I'm not from Bavaria.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
How do you say?
Du bist von
Broodle.
Germany.
Oh,
Aus dem Saarland.
yay.
Bei uns ist das weg.
What?
Weg.
I totally wouldn't understand that. That's like a really good example. What the heck is that? Alright.
Booze.
So, the next thing I want to talk about is the German Wall. So, or the Berlin Wall. So, yeah, because there was like this year on the 9th of November was the 25th anniversary of the fall of the wall. So it's really, really important for the German history. So the wall was built after the Second World War. So Germany was conquered, and the Allies, so Britain, Russia, France, and America, they divided Germany in occupied zones. So as you can see here, here is Russia, Britain, France, and the USA. And Berlin is right here in the middle. And because it's the capital of Germany, everybody, of course, wanted to have it because it's a really, really important point. So they divided Berlin in different sectors too. And that happened in 1945. But the problem was that like France, Britain, and America, they wanted to keep Germany as a unit. But Russia, they wanted to divide it because they thought it would be easier to they thought it would be easier to, for example, stop the little countries if they, for example, want to start a war and to fight against them. So, yeah, but they had to, but they kind of had to work together. But like with this thing, many conflicts were created, and so that is why they separated Germany in West and East in 1949. So the West was called Bundesrepublik Deutschland, DDR, and the East was called die Deutsche Demokratische Republik. So that means like German Democratic Republic. Yeah. And living in the different areas was really different. For example, in the West, the people were a lot more free, and all the elections were free and equal. And in the DDR, in the eastern part, for example, they didn't have the right to travel without permission, and and there was not the voting wasn't really free because there was one main party who was on the top and who leaded it all. And for example, people that were from another party, they were killed of them, and so the people were scared to vote against them because they would find out and hurt them. So of course, because of that, many people wanted to escape and go to the west. And at one point, the politicians were really worried because too many people were going out of the east, and they decided to build a wall. And they had to do this overnight because otherwise, like, all the people would have tried to go to the west at once. And so they started with a little fence, and then with all the years the wall was standing, they perfectioned it and they made it really, really dangerous. So yeah, and of course the people tried to escape, like for example in the trunks of the car, or underwater, or under the ground. Yeah, but like there were also many people killed because they tried to leave the east. Yeah, and of course the people wouldn't accept it. that they closed the wall. So they went to demonstrate on the streets until this one day when there was a huge demonstration, and the Russians sent tanks to stop it, and they shot a lot of people, and many people died. So that's kind of the reason why they stopped doing the demonstration and why they kind of accepted it. So what happened in November 9th of 1989? So actually the fall of the wall was an accident, because on a conference a politician said accidentally that there's going to be a new law about the traveling and that it's going to be free. So of course all the people who were like kept in the eastern part went to the wall to go into the west, and there were just too many people, and so the police wasn't prepared for that, and they just had to let them through, because like as you can see on the pictures, there are a lot of people, and yeah, so that's how it fell, how the wall fell, and it was really important for Germany to be reunited. And it was really interesting because after those many years, like more than 20 years, like in the different parts, they actually developed different slangs and like different words for everything. And there are also like a lot of other products in the West than they had in the East. So yeah, they kind of had a hard time at the beginning to come back together, but it kind of worked out, as you can see now. So yeah. So, and on October 3rd, Germany was reunited, and today it's a national holiday, the Tag der Deutschen Einheit. That means the day of the German unity. Should we do a stop? Oh, okay. So now I want to come to the government in Germany. So in Germany, you can already vote when you're 16, but just for several elections. For example, like I could vote for the regional state level, and I could vote the federal state parliament for the state where I'm living in, Brandenburg. So, and the people over 18, they can vote for the president for the national council. So the national council and the federal council are part of the federal assembly, and they're making all the laws. They're part of the legislative body of Germany. So yeah, and if we when we elect the president, we also kind of elect the federal chancellor and the federal minister, because he's nominating them, and the president is also nominating the Supreme Constitutional Court and the Higher Administrative Court and the Ordinary Court of Law.